lively string music.
That's what you want to for your film about the nuclear apocalypse.
Keep it cheery.
The National Concrete Masonry Association.
Well, we know what they're going to be building these out of.
Well, folks, I'm glad that you're coming
Fallout
down to see
shelter
my
or
wall.
sex dungeon?
Just finished painting it last night.
Can't it be both?
Looks like a nice job, Walt.
So did he paint those bricks like that, or what is he talking about?
Hey.
If we should ever have a nuclear war, we could get a heavy fallout even though we were not anywhere near the target area. So Ruth and I got to thinking about it, and we figured we'd rather be prepared than sorry.
You know, Walt, this gives me an idea. Remember I was thinking about building a dark room in my basement? There's no reason why I couldn't use it for that.
Yeah, you'll get more use out of it as a dark room.
Dark room as well as a fallout shelter.
Even more use out of it as a sex dungeon.
Yep. These early preppers.
Hey, isn't this nice?
Well, Sir Ruth,
Oh, well, that's great,
live
because
in here
Fallout
That's
won't
all it
last
takes.
2 weeks.
And you know, this room can be put to other uses as well.
Delay your
Walt.
slow, agonizing
Use it as
death
an
by
extra
2 weeks.
bedroom for company.
Yeah, and when those grandchildren come, it'd be a great place to put them.
You certainly
Batteries?
have this well stocked. Radio, extra batteries, fire extinguisher.
Be sure that concrete and masonry alone can keep out the radiation.
Besides being a fallout shelter,
Yeah, exactly.
it's a good place to be during a tornado.
Walt, you've done a real good job.
You know what this film needs? More tape hiss.
Yes, it does.
Walt, how long did it take you to build your shelter?
Not so long. Oh, I spent a few evenings and a couple of weekends. It's really not so hard.
Well, that rules me
Bill.
out.
Anybody
Me too.
who isn't all thumbs can do it.
I'd like to know how you went about it. Wouldn't you, Helen?
Well,
We'll listen. Go ahead, Walt.
Well, here's the way anybody
Here
can
at
do it.
Pepperidge Farm,
No.
To begin with, the best way to build anything is the right way. So I got this bulletin. It's the official bulletin put out by the Office of
the
Civil
self-addressed
and Defense
stamped envelope to Pueblo, Colorado.
Family Fallout Shelter. Another booklet is available
Mr.
from the
Adam and his
National
sinister
Concrete
blanket.
Masonry Association. Both can be obtained
Yeah, well,
from your local civil defense.
Are we sure this
office
isn't
or
a
the local concrete
pamphlet
block
about
producer.
pedophiles?
no,
Now, my
possibly.
first suggestion to you would be to get these
Trump's name in it. Let's see.
Get these bulletins and study them. Because in it, there are
Not Donald,
various
Fred.
types of fallout shelters. Not only the basement fallout shelter, but also others. Now, once
And you
have
can
that,
trust in me because I'm wearing a plaid shirt.
then I would suggest that you and the family go down into the basement and decide on just where you're going
Or
to
just pay
build
for a
that
family
basement,
vacation and don't worry
fallout
with it.
shelter.
Yeah.
Now, I decided to put it in this corner. Once that is decided, then the next thing I did, I drew these lines on the floor. Because
Then I drew
these
this
lines
pentagram.
Show me exactly where the walls are to be.
He is literally going to show us how to build one.
Yes, he is. Step
How
by
long is
step.
this video, Chris?
25 minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
The seat may be higher on one end or the other. Make or get a straight edge. Now, a straight edge, we must have 1 inch absolutely straight.
Hence
And
the term
other
straight
must be
edge.
parallel to this edge. That is, it must be just as wide all the way along. Now, this can be
Fuck that. Go with a 2x4. Be a real man, goddammit.
And the sides parallel. Now, lay the straight edge along the place where you're going to have the wall. Now, if it should rock,
Oh, shit.
that means that it's high.
It's hip to the jive.
Now, if it is
This
high in the
this
center,
man and this
you
woman
raise
sitting
it
here
to
listening to
check.
him explain all this.
2 blocks. They must be of the same thickness, though. But one under this end, and the other one under the other end.
Remember to seal your concrete walls in case you have moisture running down them, like I do.
Now, if it isn't level, that means that you have to raise up one end or the other end.
Because if it's not perfectly level, you have failed and America hates you.
Now, if that difference
You're gonna
isn't too
die.
great,
You're going to
you can
die.
make up that difference with the first layer of mortar.
Ike will be
under the first
disappointed.
course
You don't
of
want Ike
concrete
to be
block.
disappointed.
Oh, good. It's gonna be in real time. That's good.
Remember the slogan, I like Ike, but Ike doesn't give a shit about you.
This is a heavyweight.
Do not drop it on your foot.
16 solid concrete block. And they're readily available.
Whew, time for a beer.
Thick, heavy walls and ceiling protect against
Lead wouldn't
radiation.
hurt either.
The thicker
Nope.
the better. Concrete blocks, therefore, are very well suited for this type of construction. Now, in laying a wall, you know, the mason always starts by laying one
Wow,
block
so why did I start in the middle?
In other words, he builds up the corners first. In order that we know just exactly where to place this first block, since we must start here, we will have to lay out this wall dry, that is, without mortar. Now, you may wonder why we have scored this. Well, I'll tell you, we have removed the paint so that when we bring this wall up against here, there will be a good bond, and this scoring helps to make a good bond.
Make sure it's a
You
good
have to
Sean
have
Sean
a
Connery
piece of
bond,
wood
not
that
a
creates of any space.
not a Timothy Dalton
3/8
bond.
is the exact distance of the mortar joint between the blocks. Put the block down. Put the board in there. Another block. Put the board in between. But be careful when you slide it up that you don't bang it, because if you do, you know, you're going to move the block, and then by the time you get
Just
over
like
there,
those
you're
hippies
gonna
in the
be
coming
way off.
decade.
Now, this is the block we were looking for, to know exactly where this block is to come. Now, when we laid out this wall, you'll notice that we
That's right.
are supposed to stop here. Why? Because we have a doorway coming in here. Now, this last portion of it is only a part of a block. Now, we laid the wall out so that we would have a half a block. That makes it simpler. You see, in laying a half a block here, the next block will be a full block. In other words, you see, we'll be breaking...
Also the proper way
That's
to
the block
collect
between the
money.
wall.
Breaking joints.
Now, if you have to cut a block, the thing to do is to square a line all the way around and then score it like I have scored it here. But in scoring it the first time, or maybe even the second time, be sure that you do it very lightly. Because if you hit too hard, you may find it'll crack the block in the wrong place. Now, if you wear glasses like I do, that may be all right. But if you don't, I would advise that you get some safety glasses or the goggles to wear, because when these particles spit out...
You should
know,
also wear a mask, unless you really want to
your
get
eyes.
silicosis.
Now we can hit
This
it a
was
little
the
heavier.
original concept for Lilies of the Field,
Mmm.
but they decided to get Sidney Poitier for the actual movie.
Yeah, nice that, bro?
Boring old white guy here.
Now we put this in here, and we should have the smooth side out, the rough side against the joint, and then we'll space it here.
See how nicely that broke? Just like my wife after I pounded her like that.
I'm using this story pole to mark the height of each course.
What if the bombs drop while you're
Wall that we're
building
going to
it?
build where it meets
Yeah,
the
you're
main
just
wall.
fucked.
Now, a story pole is a 1x2. And you notice I've drawn lines on here. Now, these lines represent the...
Look at the
thickness
size
mortar,
of this place.
the
Could you
thickness
imagine
of
being
the
stuck
block,
in that with
mortar
another
block
person for
go
2
on all the
weeks
way
with
up.
no bathroom?
Fuck no.
In preparing the mortar to lay the block...
That shelter was only missing one
Mortar
thing,
mix,
which
as
was the
everything else,
gun
including
for the
sand.
ultimate solution.
You notice
Yeah, exactly.
It's very easy to make, but you can also mix it in the wheelbarrow. In adding the water, be sure that
Nonsense.
you don't add too much to
Fill it
begin with,
up all the way.
because if you aren't careful, you'll get too sloppy a mix. After the mortar is mixed, it's well to put it on a mortar board. It's so much easier to pick it up. Now, here's a little trick that I learned from a mason friend. Shape your mortar like this, bring the trowel underneath, and then slowly turn it.
He's a
And
wizard.
that way, you lay a nice ribbon. See? Now, it's well for you to practice this just a little so that you can lay a ribbon of mortar.
Fun
down
fact,
this way
my mason friend is also
when
my
you start
coke
laying
dealer.
blocks.
I love talking about laying blocks.
Oh,
Oh, my hernia.
We had chili last night. I laid a couple of blocks earlier today.
If he had chili last night, wouldn't he be laying what he's spreading right there?
Yeah, pretty much.
it would probably look like that, yeah.
Plenty of mortar down for the first course. And as far as that's concerned, for every course. For the simple reason that it's very important that we fill these
Mortar will
joints
stop
well
radiation.
with mortar.
Yeah.
You lay the block right on top. You notice this line extending?
No, the
here?
mistake.
This line extending there. Now, I can't see the line here, but I made this extension so I can line up my block. And you see, I settle it down and squeeze out the mortar.
At least he's looking at the camera,
Be sure
more or
to
less.
make a full
It's
mortar
true.
joint for every
He's a
course
professional.
so that the wall will be as dense as possible to protect you from radiation.
Now remember, if it wobbles, it means it's high in the middle.
Now you see the story pole comes into play? Now it's still a little high. And I can lower
But don't
it,
bang it too hard or it might split, then you have to start all over.
and I level it
God
with
bless.
a level. Now it's still a little high out here.
Or just hire somebody to do it. God damn.
Now try and get this first one perfectly level.
What? Are you kidding? Hire some commie to build my shelter?
Then pick up this mortar. Then we
Oh,
want
my
to have a
God.
little mortar on the end of the block. Because again here, we want to be sure that we get a full mortar joint.
Look, I built a house.
First squeeze it down a little. Otherwise it's apt to drop when we set it down. Now, set this block about an inch away from this other block. Settle it down a little and then push. See? by
Yeah, it
pushing
only took a
this
few
way,
hours and
you're
a couple of
filling that joint.
weekends. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
Now
yeah.
let's get it down to where we want it. See, with all this mortar oozing out, we're sure to get a
Just
nice
like the
thick
missus.
Nah.
silk. Well, we better check to see whether we're level. No, we got to go down a little here.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
look at this. See that
Like,
we're
this is
aligned.
like the opposite of ASMR.
And of course, watch this line. See, again, that line is ahead of our block, so that we know just.
Try to imagine my grandfather
where we can
doing
lay the
this.
block
Just hear the
in order
cursing.
that it's in the line.
Yeah.
Now we have to
Christ
squeeze this
almighty, why don't get it
bring
lined
that
up?
right to
God
the
damn it.
8" joint. Now our next block will be on the corner. See, that will then bridge over this joint here.
And it's only going to take 40 fucking bags of mortar.
Yeah. Spare us not a shovelful.
No. Beautiful joint. Close your eyes. He's talking about something else.
Mm.
And we'll take this box, lay it on here very carefully. And here's where we're going to use that.
Story pole. You never mentioned anything about a
Bring it
story
down to
pole,
the line.
twisted old man.
And checking it
Get it
with our
right.
trowel to see, or with our level, I should say, so that it's plumb this way, and level both ways,
Damn it, too far. Now I've got to take it off and do it all over again.
I wonder if he's a Freemason.
With this block
could
laid
be.
in position in a full bed
Nah,
of mortar,
be willing to bet he
right
charges.
against the basement wall and along the line that we have laid out, we're now ready to complete this first course. But first we should put up a line. Now this line serves two purposes. One purpose is to keep the blocks in
All right, I'm
straight
sitting
line,
here thinking.
also
I
to
mean,
keep
now
them of the same
obviously
height,
we have
that is level.
YouTube. You can watch anything on your phone or whatever. Where the hell are you watching this to build a goddamn shelter?
Local
You know what I mean?
community center, I guess.
No.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
Hmm.
Be sure that you pull the line reasonably tight and have it right along the edge of the block here. and
Well, no, I
over
mean,
on that side.
The
So we
the
begin
titles
laying
were
our
mentioning
blocks here
civil defense. I
and
mean, weren't there
continue
like
down to the other end.
civil defense organizations or whatever that
I think
They
so.
would
Yeah,
possibly-
Oh,
probably.
yeah.
When I laid this
doing
second
this
for?
course, I left these openings. Now these openings are made by using a half a block and laying it directly over the joint below. Now when I laid the third course, you see, it'll leave an opening here, which is a
This
vent.
is how the rats get in.
and when it gets waist high, we call it the glory hole.
Fold-out shelter booklet.
So this is supposed to keep out radiation, but you're leaving air
After
vents in the
building up
wall.
a section of the wall,
Yeah.
and the mortar begins to firm up,
The radiation
then
knows.
it's time to
The
tool
radiation knows
joints.
not to go through those.
Now, tooling the joint serves two purposes. One is
Or to make your
a
vents
quick-looking job,
Slightly
and the other
smaller
is to
than the
firm
radiation
the
particles.
mortar tight against the block. Now, I made a tool out of a piece of half-inch conduit. You notice the end is bent up slightly
Just like
here,
my penis.
also bent up here and then down.
Oppenheimer sitting in the corner just shaking his head. So you're dead, old man. You're dead.
You guys remember the old duck and cover film?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was a turtle by the name of
Protection
Bert.
from radiation from overhead as well as from the sides. I'm now going to build the
That's
support
Bert
for the
here. This is
ceiling
what he
of the
does in
shelf.
his spare time.
Now the ceiling is supported by joists, and these joists in turn are supported by posts bolted to the wall. I have already
They don't meet in the right
drawn
place,
lines
dude.
around the wall to show exactly what the height of
See,
these
he's
posts
getting ready to.
would be.
Hey, he knows
Now,
what
you
he's
will
doing,
notice
Hap. Look at
The
that.
line on this side is about 4 inches.
We call that
lower
a
than
fuck
the
up.
side. In other words, we're going to have a 4x4 beam over the top of these posts, but we will not need it on this side. Since this is a hollow concrete block wall,
It's
Okay.
a hollow concrete wall.
That's going to keep the radiation out. Yep.
Oh yeah, fixing to say, what the hell?
should be divided along this wall, the spacing of the post. And I'm going to put one bolt about here and another one about here. Then I'm going to bore
Yeah,
a
you're
hole
boring,
for the
all right.
Isn't
Oh,
this the
wow.
part where Rod Serling walks out of the side of the frame and says, witness a man deluded enough to think that this will save his life.
wall for the toggle hole.
The belief that he can survive the horrors of nuclear war
Through the
just because he's a Mason.
Set the post in the exact location where you want the hole. And then tap it lightly. Not too hard because it
Oh,
may
my
spoil
God.
the threads on the bolt. Then you use the star drill to drill a hole through and possibly open it up a little, large enough.
I'm
for the
not going to
toggle
show
pass
you how to
through.
do that, so you're on your own.
Put the toggle onto the bolt and run the bolt just through the toggle, just so it comes out on the other side. Okay? Then you bring it in position, squeeze it together, and let it go through.
If it comes out, you did it wrong.
Now,
Exactly.
before you tighten this, put the toggle.
That's why cats slap each other when they pull out.
And then you start tightening this up. Pulling the post back just a little so that the wings back there will flip around. Now that I have all the posts securely in place, I'll place this beam on top
To
of
go
these
back to what
posts.
you were saying, Chris, with
It will support
nowadays
the
everybody has
joist on
YouTube.
this end,
You can
Mhm.
watch the
and
shit on your
the shelter
computer.
wall
You
will
can run
support
it back.
the joist on the other
You're
end.
How are
right,
you
right.
supposed to remember how to do this later? Is that pamphlet supposed to tell you, or did you take notes?
Both.
Well,
If you're a responsible American, Nathan, you would take notes. You must think of your civic duties, sir.
One nail from that side.
well, they do assume that people back then knew how to do shit like that, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Plus,
mean,
back in
you
the
know,
day, when you bought a car, it would include instructions on how to tune the valves yourself.
True. True.
but yeah, I mean, they used to have shop courses and all that shit. That I don't even know if they have that shit anymore.
No, I have no idea.
Don't forget to make a shove joint so that you have a full joint of mortar.
You're getting it all over the damn floor, dude.
Now here's another trick that will be of help to you. This
You mean the one that was high in the center?
at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's very helpful to you to line up these blocks so that they'll be perfectly straight.
My God, you're supposed to live in that space?
For 2 weeks with your wife. I hope there's a toilet in there somewhere and running water.
I'm getting along real well with my fallout shelter walls. But
Or
if you
just get him
feel
to
that
do
you
it
need
for
some
you.
help, why don't you get a mason to assist you? I'm
Or
in the
quit-
process of putting up
Quit
the
deluding
joists,
yourself
and
that
it's
this is
necessary
actually
to
going to
put
help
braces
you in
between
case
the
we do have a
joists
nuclear
to
war.
keep them from tipping.
My thumb!
Oh my. Every fucking detail.
Mm-hmm.
Have time to cry about radiation.
Now it's also necessary to toenail the joist
Use
into the beam
only genuine
on both
toenails.
sides.
Maybe, like you say, he's a Mason, he's a Freemason, and this is all code.
Maybe.
Now that the ceiling joists are in place, I can put up the ceiling boards.
Bonk. Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Oh yeah, that would help. That would keep it out.
Yeah.
That's like drinking a smoothie in Fallout to get rid of radiation.
It's well not to put up too many boards because you have to lay these concrete blocks in place. You see, you need 2 layers of concrete block, one laid in this direction and the other laid in the opposite direction. You don't need mortar for this. Just lay them up dry and as tightly together as you can get them.
You don't need them motored into place, because when the boards fail, they'll just all come crashing in on you.
Exactly. That would eventually give out.
And put you out of your misery in an awful hurry, as opposed to the long, slow way it's going to happen once this shelter fails.
Remember, you want enough weight to crush you instantly, in case your wife starts to nag.
Oh my God.
You're just thinking about cask of Amontillado
Yeah,
here.
I was thinking the same thing.
Before completing the walls, it's necessary to lay
For God's
all
sake,
of
my
the,
stressor, stop!
ceiling blocks. Otherwise, afterwards, you wouldn't be able to get in.
Where's your door?
Well, this finishes my fallout shelter. Notice this baffle wall. which covers the opening. Now, it'd be a good thing, you know, if you would get your larger pieces of furniture, such as the bunks and possibly table, in there before you build.
Why don't you just build the bunks
Otherwise,
yourself
you may have
after
a hard
you...
time to get them in afterwards.
Yeah.
Now, you don't really have to paint the walls, but my wife thought it'd be nice if
Maybe
I
you
did.
better run some
Maybe I'll
plumbing
have
and
to
get
see
some
if-
water in there, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Folks, here
What?
is a message from the
What the
Honorable
fuck is his
DOA
name?
Hoig,
Hoig.
Director
Hoig?
of the Office of Civil
Hoig.
and Defense Mobilization.
You've just seen how Walt has built a family fallout shelter in his own home.
Is that a picture of Nixon in the background, or is that a picture of
It
himself?
offers my
That
family
is
good
Nixon,
protection
thank you.
in
It's
case of a
Nixon.
nuclear attack. It also serves a dual
Why would you have a
spare bedroom.
picture of the vice president up?
We
I can
know
see if
from
you had
research
Ike
and
up.
from
He was the
study and
president, but
research
Yeah. I don't know.
the single best action for the protection of the greatest number of people in case of a nuclear attack is a family fallout shelter. May I therefore
They
urge
really
that
wanted to think
build
you
a
could
shelter
survive
in
that
your
shit, didn't
home.
they?
yeah, they
By
did.
doing so, you not only protect your
One,
family,
build a basement.
but also you contribute to the nation's security. You add to another strong deterrent to war. We recognize that you need additional information, and for that reason, may I ask that you contact your local civil defense office and obtain additional information, or contact your local concrete block manufacturer for
Sure,
plans
why not?
and information. No home in America is modern without a family fallout shelter.
And don't
Oh
forget
my
to get
God.
that second job so you can afford all of this.
Yeah.
Walt was not as funny as I'd hoped Walt would be.
No, that was painful.
That was bad.